Hello, welcome to today's video for the guitar. We are introducing chords. Yeah. Okay, so a chord is a combination of harmonious notes that are played together. Two or more notes at the same time can be considered a chord. Okay, so take a look at your book there. It says all notes except the whole note have a stem either going up or down. Usually when we put those notes together in one stem, they're played as a chord. These examples here are triads. But let's take a look now at chord study number 1. Now, it says here this exercise uses 2-note chords on the open E, B, and the open E string. Okay, so take a look at that guitar fretboard picture there. You see that some of those strings above have X's, and some of them have the letter names of the strings. Whenever you see an X above the string, it means that that string is not to be plucked or strummed for this particular chord. Okay? So this chord actually we could call E minor because it is B and E. Or we could also call it a power chord. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the individual notes. We're going to fret or ghost the frets as we say the individual notes. 1, 2, 3. E, B, E, and we have that fourth power chord. E, F, F, G, power chord. G, G, F, power chord, E, F, G, F, chord. Very good. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to play and say the note names. And first I'm going to go ahead and give you a close-up of the guitar body so that you can see what it looks like. Okay, now we're close up. Here we go. Remember that when you play the strings together, strum them quickly like that. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. E, B, E, chord, E, F, F, G, chord, G, G, F, chord, E, 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 F, G, F, chord. Repeat. Welcome back. So now we need to talk a little bit about muting with the palm. So take a look at this palm or this hand of yours. This side of the hand, of the palm, is what we're going to be using to mute strings when we play multiple strings. So what I would like for you to do is take your palm and do a karate chop over the front of the bridge. Hi-ya! And this is essentially where we may be placing our wrist, either on the bridge, but if we're wanting to mute strings, we will place it onto the strings like this, like a karate chop. And then, of course, your hand will shape over the strings for plucking and strumming. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice doing that. Go ahead and place the upper part or the lower part of your palm on the strings, on the 3 top strings that will not be strummed. And what I would like for you to do is pluck the strings that will be strummed for chord study number 2. Those are going to be G, B, and E. Go ahead and play those individual notes by themselves. Play them together. nice. Now, your palm should be touching the lower 3 strings. Go ahead and play those to feel if they are being muted. Yes, they are being muted. Very good. And another reason why we would like to rest our hand in this way is when we strum in general, we usually do not like to leave a lot of space in between our palm and the guitar, just leaving a lot of movement making the strum, because when we do a lot of movement, it's too excess, and it's too much. Instead of having to come all the way down here and coming all the way back up, we can conserve our movement and simply bring it here, muting strings, or just keeping it over the bridge, and when we strum, it only comes so far. We can add a little bit of a bend to the thumb as well as we strum these strings. Notice how that looks like a very nice and conservative strum. Practice that every now and then. Placing your palm over the strings that don't need to be strummed, and simply strumming those strings that do. See how conservative that looks. Alrighty. And let's go ahead now and move on to chord study number 2. We're going to go ahead and ghost the notes as we say the note names. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. G, B, E, E, chord, chord, F, F, G, F, E, chord, E, B, G, B, E, E, chord, G, E, G, F, E, chord. Very good. And now we're going to go ahead and show a close-up of the guitar body. Okay, so we're going to show up a close-up of the guitar body here like this. As you can see, my individual G, B, and E strings. How we're going to be strumming. Okay, here we go. Now, we'll probably show you the neck frets as well, but we should be already comfortable enough with those, but we'll show it after this demonstration for the body. Here we go. Remember, keep your palm there over the strings. Get ready to only strum those 3 there at the top. All right, here we go. Saying the note names as we play. 1, 2, 3. G, B, E, E, chord, chord, F, F, G, F, E, chord, E, B, G, B, E, E, chord, G, E, G, F, E, chord. Another thing you can do when you want to mute strings to not allow them to ring excessively is, as you have your hand over the strings or just over on the bridge, karate chop those strings that are ringing like this to mute them. For example, and you just go ahead and do a karate chop to mute them, and there they go. Okay, and now let's go ahead and turn the page. We are now learning the 3-string C chord. So far we have learned that E minor chord. Now let's learn a major chord, C major. And it's very simple. All we have to do is take finger number 1 and place it on the first fret of string number 2 of our B string. And that, when we play those 3 strings down like this, it makes it a C chord. Now, the reason why it is a C chord is because the first string is G, next string is C, and last string is E. For those of us that are familiar with the chords C major on the piano, we know this is the second inversion of a C on the piano, but spelled or played on the guitar. It's just a simple way of playing it. Okay, let's go ahead now and take a look at our chord picture there, our chord symbol. We see we have an open string on G, open string on E, and finger number 1 on that second string there. on the first fret makes it C. Let's go ahead and take a look at our music. We have here individual notes and some chords. Let's go ahead and fret. First of all, 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, E, G, C, E, C chord, 2, 3, C chord, 2, 3, C chord, C, 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 2, 3, release. Very good. All right, now let's go ahead and play these chords with a close-up. Okay, now we have a close-up of the guitar body. Let's go ahead and play these strings and say the note names as we do it. And when we have the chord, we'll just say C, since it is a C chord. Here we go. Now, you can go ahead and hold down this C on the first fret there, the entire time, from the beginning to the end. So let's go ahead and just keep it down there. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. G, C, E, G, G, C, E, C, 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 2, 3, release. And remember, when you want to do the release, you can either do it with the first finger here to just meet the strings, or you can do your karate chop. Okay? Okay, we're back. And let's go ahead now move on to the next piece in our book. We are playing Ode to Joy by Beethoven. This is from Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. It's a very nice piece. I recommend that you listen to it. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at our music here. We have various notes, single string notes, and we have our C chord played here and there throughout the piece. So we're going to be practicing now playing those chords and individual notes. Let's go ahead and fret as we say our note names and chords. So when you say the chord symbol for the chord for C, just say C. Okay, here we go. Go ahead and place your C there at the beginning. 1, 2, 3. C, C, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, chord, D, D, C chord, chord, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C chord. Very nice. Okay, now that we have ghosted those, let's go ahead and put it together, actually plucking and strumming. Okay, now we're close up to the body of the guitar. Let's go ahead and review quickly the fingering for the C chord is just placing finger number 1 there over fret number 1 of the second string. And it's like that. Okay? See if I can do a full body picture here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, chord, D, D, chord, chord, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, chord. Make sure you hold it properly like this so that you can all ring like that. Okay, now take a look at the next part of the page there. It's called Rocking in Rhythm, and we're introducing the quarter rest to our music. So for the quarter rest, we know that we do not play for the quarter rest, we rest for that beat. And once again, I mentioned whenever you want to do a rest or you want to mute the strings, you can either use your first finger just to mute them like this, or you can do that karate chop that we talked about like this. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at our music here. I'm just going to scoot back just a bit so you can see both. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to fret as we say the note names. Ghosting. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, A, G, C, C, A, G, chord, 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 rest, chord, chord, rest, and then C, C, A, G, C, C, A, G, chord, 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 rest, chord, chord, rest. Okay, and then we have next one, D, D, A, G, C, C, A, G, chord, 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 rest, chord, chord, rest. Alright, let's see if this can be maintained for the duration of my video. I think you can see both of my strumming and the guitar neck for the frets. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, G, C, C, A, G, C, 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 A, G, C, C, A, G, C, 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 rest, C, C, D, D, A, G, C, C, A, G, C, C, rest, C, C, rest. Okay, very good. Okay, as we continue to learn and progress with our guitar chords, we may begin to feel new types of strains, pains, stiffness here and then. Always remember to stretch, to move your wrists, fingers, arms, even your body around, so that you do not feel too much pressure or pain when playing the guitar. Always try to keep in shape, because this is exercise that is very physical. And we will see you at next lesson.